Welcome everybody to Onward VRML Season 13, Week number 9. I am your host Jamie, bringing you Friendly Fire taking on French Onward Union. So two teams, French and Onward Union, been around for a very long time, but they've had a little bit of a roster change over the past couple seasons. The older members kind of fading out a little bit, and the newer members who they were training up have seemed to have taken on the reins and leading that team into battle, as it were. So Noctalis being the one I definitely remember when he first joined onto French Onward Union, when Brycer and you had Brycer, Bagul, Toxics, you had those guys playing, and they've definitely trained him up, and now I believe either he's leader or he has definitely taken on quite a heavy leadership role there. And then we go over to Friendly Fire, who, again, another team that's been around for quite a while now, and the players on there also, well, for, you know, veteran players. You've got Physics T, Norse God, and Puzzle P, Cam Street, all those guys been around for a while, and Airborne Syphilis also. So this should be a pretty good matchup, really. I'm anticipating a lot of back and forth between these guys. And if we do go over to the match page, we can take a look at how these guys are shaping up for this current season. I guess we are starting out on Snow Peak tonight, which is a great map to start out with. It's kind of small in how it plays out, and it's kind of quadrant. It's the same size as Quarantine, so it definitely, in my opinion anyway, plays very similar to Quarantine. So you have those little quadrant battles, it comes down to those kind of sections, you get these little angles of approach, you've got good cover in comparison to what you would have on, say, Downfall, where it's very open, very exposed. So Marsoc having a little bit better of a time in attacking on this map. And as I said, let us have a look at the scores on this map. So Friendly Fire have played it 6 times, won it twice. And French Onward Union have played it twice, won it once. So both these sides not really played it too much. This is Friendly Fire's pick, as they are home. So when you are home, you have a choice for the first choice. Well, the first choice is going to be either you can pick a map, or you can opt to pick a side and take Vault. Let your opponent pick the first map. Kind of throws things out. At the start of things, you can, you psych your opponent out in a bit and give yourself that Vault defense to potentially take your first map. And these guys have played each other before season over in season 11, so 2 seasons ago now, and basically kind of even. First game, Friendly Fire won, the points were 9-10, and then the second game, French Onward Union won, and that was 10-10. So this is kind of the deciding game between these 2 sides, and we have got 5 in on both sides, so I imagine the round will start very soon, but we can go into who is playing on either side. So we have on the Friendly Fire team, Cam Street, Puzzle P, Norse God, Airborne Syphilis, and Physics T, and we have French Onward Union bringing out PGO3, Exodin, Noctalis, the Namo, and GMX78. So a very powerful side, just showing how how these guys are feeling against Friendly Fire. They're bringing the guns out tonight, and the countdown has gone. The first round is coming at you as we go into it now, and we will definitely get into those bans once this first round is over. And the first objective is going to be the northwest hangar. When they're this tight, it's hard to tell if you've actually even got lasers on. There we go. So yes, we are seeing, unfortunately, we have that little bug in the first one where you can't see people on the map, but we can take a quick look here. We see Exodin over here on the far north, covering that main alley. Namo, PGO3, chilling with the objective, just holding out. Noctalis sitting in the back, waiting to see what you can see coming in from the ice lake over there. We have got a little bit of an aggressive push over here. GMX78 deciding to take the eastern watchtower. Don't know if that's the actual call out. That is what I'm going to call it. Because we are in the east. It has taken a couple minutes, but FriendlyFire slowly making their way through the tunnels, just getting ready for this attack now.
I'm going to head back around to the south. I'm going to have a little peeky, see what I can see.
And let us not forget, this is VR, so if you are new to the general scene here, Physics T at the moment, he's actually laying down in his play space. Gotta try and get that tight angle, see if he can see any movement. If you've attacked this objective a few times, you will be kind of au fait with a few positions, so if some of these shouldn't be too much of a shock for FriendlyFire. The tough part is always the attack. You know, with this objective kind of being so close, Cam Street with it. Nice angle onto the objective here from the northeast. We can hear a drone coming out, also going to be able to identify the defense and their positioning and what they're watching. Perzel P and Cam Street just getting ready to attack here on the northeast, with Norse sitting at the back there, flying that drone. And seeing the lasers coming out, watching for any movement here. It's a little bit of a tough cross. It's kind of a funnel. If you can make it past this little bit of an opening here and get around to the center, you can get obviously a little bit of a better angle, but we can see Exodian in that position. It's powerful to cover this angle, and he should be able to pick off Perzel as he makes his approach here.
Un moment ou un autre, on va se foutre sur la gueule. Ok, ils arrivent en face. Ils arrivent tout en face. Là. Ils arrivent tout en face. Il y en a au moins deux.
This time is dwindling down. We're coming down to the final less than 2 minutes now. 1 minute 40 less remaining. Exodian just putting Free-Fire down, possibly spotting a little bit of movement there, and it's a good idea, really. Just hold them back. Don't let Marsok get in. Jim X with the first kill onto Cam Street over in the East Watchtower. His position going to be fully identified now by Perzel, but it's going to stop any further approach, and with the time further going down, less than coming up to a minute remaining, it does start coming down to this. Jim X has to be taken out, and he has to be taken out now. Two, three going to come out, not going to find any positioning. Perzel is moving around on this corner. Jim X hearing the movement, though. Gets the kill. Perzel doesn't quite know exactly where he was. So with that, FriendlyFire now down to 3 attackers, taking on 5 defenders. 45 seconds remaining. It's getting tougher and tougher here. The Ice Lake approach really needs to come in and really needs to happen now. And there's the beep. The time is coming out. The smokes are now coming out. Everyone says, listen, Physics got to approach. Noctalis tries to get the flash out. Seems like it may have connected possibly with Physics. For that, he was just kind of watching that angle. If that had been a nade, it definitely would have been a good one. They are bunched up. Noctalis takes shots, gets taken down by Airborne Syphilis. 6 seconds remaining, though. There is going to be not enough time to be able to get in on the objective here. PGO3 turns around, does get Physics. Airborne Syphilis tries to attack and takes him down, but he gets taken out himself by Namo, but the timer has gone, and with that, FriendlyFire aren't going to get the first point because French Onward Union have successfully defended the objective. That just goes to show how quick that time can go when you are on the Marsoc. You're waiting around to get those picks and try and get that push going. And it kind of started to work out towards the end there. FriendlyFire were getting those picks and it could have possibly made it onto the objective. They just needed an extra like 30 seconds really for that to take effect. So what we didn't get to do before this was go through those bans. So the first ban coming out will be Tanker from FriendlyFire, and French Onward Union going to ban Quarantine. So a small map and a medium to long range map off the table, Quarantine being one of my favorite maps in the game. No bias there. And Tanker, well, everyone has their feelings about Tanker. So we now have the 1 minute 30 where the teams are deliberating, deciding what they're going to do on this. French Onward Union have to attack that same objective now that they just defended against. FriendlyFire going to be on the defense themselves, and I'm kind of anticipating a little bit more possibly of a kind of aggressive defense from this side. I don't know. I just feel like that may be the thought process at the moment. If French Onward Union are taking it that defensively on defense, then possibly their attack's going to be somewhat similar. I don't know. But the countdown's gone, so we don't have that long to wait. And the good news is we can actually see on the map now where people are, so we can tell that French Onward Union have been given that southwest spawn. So the furthest spawn that you could possibly get for this objective. You can see just a laser there from Physics coming in front of us. Perzel taking a little bit of an aggressive spot there with Airborne Syphilis, also doing a similar approach in taking the bunker over here on the Ice Lake. It's a very nice position. Possibly wouldn't have been able to make it if they had been given the hangar spawn. I can never remember all the spawns because there is quite a lot for Snow Peak, similar to Quarantine. And yeah, so good spot either way. Going to be able to cover the Ice Lake and make sure nobody can make that approach there. And Physics going to basically be able to cover the east side, well, the northeast side. And Perzel just kind of covering that eastern approach through the center there.
Ils viendront pas, ils vont pas se montrer alors qu'ils vont se faire sniper comme des lapins.
Non mais tu peux
Attends
voir
qu'on
toute
les
la
rush.
tour et tout. D'habitude c'est là-bas qu'ils défendent. Tu vois la tour, tu vois tout.
Mais t'aurais qu'ils montent dans la tour, mais... Ok. Fais comme tu le sens.
Mais attaquez pas avant qu'ils soient prêts. Hein. Poussez ici quand les autres sont prêts.
Ouais.
We are now coming down to the 4th minute. 2 minutes gone. No kills come out yet. A little cough there from Noctalis. Jim X going to be the one to approach here again on the eastern watchtower. Airborne Syphilis not able to spot this movement, so it's down to Perzel really just sitting in that little gap to be able to get the shots. Perzel does spot some movement coming in from the Ice Lake, and Airborne Syphilis able to get the confirm there. But unfortunately, he does swing around just a bit too much on the boxes there. Exodin going to be able to punish him for that and get the kill. So we do go down to a 4v4. 3 minutes 30 now remaining, and the Ice Lake should be somewhat clear for an approach. Perzel P has given himself away, so Jimex could make an approach and potentially take him out, or at the very least get the call-outs of that positioning. We can see the lasers are trained in on this eastern side. It's going to be a pretty tough push. That Ice Lake approach going to be very important, really. Does seem like we have one member remaining, getting ready to push across there. With PGO3 going down on the far west, it's going to be hard. Jimex does have the M203. The question comes down to where is he going to use it? If Norse gives away his position on the east side, yeah, on the east side of the, or south side of the objective, should I say, then the M203 definitely could come out there. We've also got Perzel's positioning, and it has gone out, and I didn't hear the explosion. That wasn't a smoke, was it? Oh, it was. Looks like the smoke's coming out. Gonna block Perzel's line of sight. Very nice use of the smoke there. Gotta rotate round. This flash comes in. Jimex using that cover. Great play. Fantastic movement there to be able to get past Perzel. Could spot him out here, but Perzel going to be the one to spot him, and that play does get shut down there. Nice defense by Perzel. The smokes are coming out. 1 minute 40 remaining. Bit of a quicker attack here from FOU. This is what we saw on Friendly Fire. Exodin looking for that line of sight onto Perzel, who's just moving around and just being a general nuisance, really, moments in this position. Namo gets Norse on the south side of the objective. Is moving in around on the backside now. FOU looking very strong here. 1 minute remaining. It's a good amount of time to be able to just kind of poke and prod and see what you can get. Namo coming in from the west side of the objective. Noctalis got to come in now and get in with his team, but Namo does have a 12x. You can see that line of sight. Chemistry watching for this movement. Gets taken down. It's just like that. Exodin also takes down Perzel. Physics being the sole defender gets taken down, and FOU take their attack round in a brilliant fashion. What a play by FOU. Very, very long kind of setup phase there, but it doesn't really matter. 51 seconds remaining, and they just systematically surrounded the objective, took the defenders out, waited their time, and just played it very, very well. On Friendly Fire's map pick also, and from my experience back in the day, FOU were very strong on Snow Peak. It was a map they definitely liked to play alongside Quarantine. So it certainly seems like that kind of all that kind of play those seasons ago is obviously rubbed off on Noctalis and the rest of the team, really. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how it goes now. But remember, it is only the third round here, so Friendly Fire just finding their feet, seeing how FOU are going to play it, and they're definitely going to play this super serious and kind of slowish at the moment. So Friendly Fire could use that to their advantage with those kind of quick plays to be able to get into positions before FOU get there themselves, because they're spending that time to check out angles and certain areas. But it always comes down, it's always tough when a team can change their strats though. So if you adjust to one side and they instantly then change to that fast play or just something that's out of the norm, it throws you off just a little bit. Well, how rude of me, I haven't even mentioned the chat tonight. Good to see everyone in. So thank you all for dropping by. Sri Lankan, Delamiro, how's it going? Abato, good to see you as well. Thank you for dropping by and watching the cast tonight. And Osirix, Salu, Sava, and Identity Crisis VR, good to see you. Thank you for the support there, Taysonder. Good to see you also. And MK Snooper, thank you for dropping by. So, let us go into the third round here. The next objective going to be the kind of southwest area near the garage, hilly area. And this objective, it's a toughie. Certainly is a very tough one to kind of defend, especially once you start losing defenders. Somebody must be covering the garage, and you have got the defender there covering that, with 2 defenders on the north side of the objective and also 1 on the southwest. It does seem like we have had a drop on the FOU side. That's going to really affect how they defend this objective, because there is an avenue of approach that is at the moment completely open. So if FOU got a lot of work to do on this objective here. Certainly got to get that first pick without losing a member of defense, and that's a lot easier said than done. And this objective certainly favors the teams that can throw smokes and use that utility to the best of its ability, really. Exodin spotting the movement over in the south. He is all alone, though. Got to take on 2 or 3 attackers here. Only got the tank for cover. It's a desperate play, really. A nice nade doesn't quite catch Norse, and there goes one, but Cam Street very quickly on the refrag there.
Echo 4, I killed him.
Cam Street getting very close to the objective there. Spots the movement of Namo. Can't quite land the shots, though. Physics also moving in, getting closer on the approach here. Namo got to hold down. Persil Pete takes out Noctalis, though. This West getting more and more dangerous here. Namo desperately fighting. Takes down 1, but he's got 3 more attackers to try and defend against. He needs that backup and that support. Namo spots another one, takes down Physics, and then also takes down Airborne Syphilis. What a defense by this player. He is a very, very good player anyway, but you know, that was just a fantastic play. 3 or 4 kills there. GMX coming in, getting the final kills, successfully saving the objective. FOU were down a player and still managed to successfully defend against that. This is a side that you expect this kind of play from. You know, they're very, very strong as a team. And I noticed that a lot in French players. Their teamwork and their coordination is just fantastic. So Friendly Fire now got to attack that same objective they were just defending against. And it's, like I say, it is a tough one for a team that can coordinate and get those plays in, and Friendly Fire definitely can. Know they're good with the utility usage. Very strong side when it comes to these kind of closer objectives, so I wouldn't be surprised if a cap potentially did come out. They could catch FOU off guard. You have that close spawn over in the southwest, which they have just got. That is going to change things up dramatically here as we go into round number 4. And Friendly Fire. Oh, apologies, FOU are on the attack. I completely got mistaken there. Podcasting. So, the FOU are being given the southwest spawn, and it's a very, very tough spawn to defend against. You've got to very, very quickly identify that they are there, because you can soon find yourself overrun by attackers, and your defense are just too far away to get in time. And the caps are very quick on this one. Noctalis and PGO3 pushing up very aggressively. GMX also joining them. This is a very powerful trio here. And they are not stopping. You can see the lasers also peeking around. Northscored going to be on the corner here to be able to potentially get the callouts of all these attackers coming in now. Doesn't seem like he's actually peeking though. He's cleaning the barrel of his gun. Not able to get the shots quick enough onto PGO3, who does take him down, and Physics T got the knowledge now that this push is coming in here. Is able to get the callouts to his team. Trade comes out only down, so he can desperately get those callouts now. The smokes are coming in. Cam Street able to see the objective, but not quite able to cover the cross fully. He's got to push in now. M203 smoke comes out. Lots of smoke here coming out, and GMX is on the objective. Tablet is out. Cam Street trying to get the shot. Can't quite see him. Doesn't spot the movement. Gets taken down. Puzzle P brilliantly defends the objective there. Takes him down and saves from the cap. We have got Exoding and ammo. More smokes now coming in. The attack coming in from here. Puzzle P got to push in. Airborne Syphilis in a brilliant position. Does get taken down though. Namo now exposed behind the sandbags there. Does get taken down, but the Exoding's got to push in from the garage. 4 minutes remaining. GMX is calling out though this positioning. The smokes now dissipating. GMX will be whispering this over to Exoding coming in from the garage. It's hard to say really who has got the advantage here. Purzel got a lot of angles to cover. It does seem like he's exposed there and gets the snapshot onto Exoding. What a play right at the end there to get the point back. Very, very, very nice shot and very, very good defense by FriendlyFire. Like I say, those kind of smaller plays and the smaller objectives, kind of closer ones, definitely work very well in their favor. That maybe it's the pressure or, you know, the panic. Some players do just really perform well in that scenario. So they are now back on the attack, and they will be bolstered by that point. It's that first point certainly gets things going just a little bit. If they can come back with a cap here, even things out, we do move over into the tunnels objective. And this one, it's hard to say really whether it's an easy one to cap or not. There's a lot of boxes and a lot of cover for the cap to come in, and a lot of utility usage will make that easier. It's such a confined space that you just can't quite cover all angles when that cap door, well, when all those smokes do come in. So we've just taken a very quick trip through the tunnels there from the last objective to the current one. Thank you for everyone who has been subscribing here tonight. Cyrix VR, Delamiro, and Nightfire. Thank you very much for supporting the Onward VRML channel. Also, good to see you, Dragon Square. Thank you for dropping by. So the countdown has gone down. I say this every time to remind myself that we do not leave the overlay up. Now I've said it, I'm going to leave it, aren't I? What I didn't get to talk about there was the spawns, really, for this objective. There is a couple that you can get. The quick spawn being the garage spawn, and FriendlyFire have been given the kind of southwest spawn here.
Y'a rien, c'est moi, j'ai tir réflexe.
Seems like a little bit of pre-fire there just coming out just to make sure nobody is pushing this angle. It's a tight angle to be holding. Not going to see that attack defender up until the last point, but the attack is mostly coming in from the east. Northgard and Physics traversing these tunnels, systematically checking behind every box, and that's the tough part about this objective. They can just be anywhere. PGO3 demonstrating that perfectly right now, just standing behind a box, and not all these are actually penetrable. So it does take that knowledge, knowing which ones you can be shooting in and which ones you can't. Trade comes down between GMX and Physics, both only down, so Physics is able to get the call out, but we can see more attackers now coming in. PGO3 got a lot to watch for here, got to get the free fire out, just managed to spot one and take out Physics. He got revived, stray bullet takes him down. Cam Street finishes off GMX though. Very tough angle to be attacking here. It's a little bit of a funnel, and that's what a lot of these objectives do come down to. At these kind of funnel areas, you need the utility. A flash or a nade here certainly would go down very well. Seems like we're going to have a bit of a change of strategy here. Cam Street and Norse going to opt to try and approach from the north tunnels. PGO3 going to be able to call that movement out, though. Airborne Syphilis the next to try and attack, not able to land those shots. Like I say, these boxes are impenetrable, or at least some of them are. Oh, but PGO3 tries to make a peek, gets taken down by Airborne Syphilis. Noctalis and Exodin now covering the north of the objective. Say that 1 point you get, it certainly gets that ball rolling, and it can just give you that morale that you need to be able to continue with your push. And if you get that on a defense and you can continue with that momentum, it certainly will go well. Noctalis, though, takes down Northgard, trying to pre-fire the corners. Can't quite land them, though. Cam Street, though, going to be the victor between him and Noctalis. Attacks that corner very well and evens things out. We are all, well, kills another member. It seems like Airborne Syphilis also gets a pick of his own. We are down to the last defender versus 4 attackers here. This attack looking very, very strong. Smoke's now coming out. Namo completely blocked. His vision's done. He's got to push in now. Puzzle P trying to just distract and take him away. But Airborne Syphilis does get the kill there as he approaches in. The cap may have been on. Would have been a tough one, but it doesn't matter as Friendly Fire got that second point that they needed. So they may have been down at the beginning of this, but they have certainly bought this back. They now go into their defense round. French Onward Union just struggling at the moment to be able to close this out. And what we can do whilst we wait on these teams to decide what they're going to be doing, and have a look over on the kill feed, see who is excelling and who is making callouts. So we have Cam Street with 4, Puzzle with 5, Norse with 1, Airborne Syphilis with 3, and no deaths yet. Physics with the kill, and over on French Onward Union we have Exodin with 4, Noctalis with 2, Namo excelling on 8, and GMX with 4, PGO3 on 2. You can hear Norse there screaming something down his mic. Got to keep that morale going. Friendly Fire doing so well at the moment. Got to keep that momentum going. FOU have been given the kind of north spawn. They're going to be very quickly on the objective. We saw how close they got on the last one where they got that quick spawn, so I anticipate a much faster play here. Puzzle P got to defend this north tunnel all alone, really. Some test shots there just to check the corners, make sure nobody's sitting behind random avenues of approach, but Puzzle P is holding this tight in a very, very common spot, so one nade certainly would take him out, but a lot of the time it does come down to whether you want to. We're seeing a bit of bunching up here, a stray C forward, annihilate this attack here. Got to be watching out for that. Puzzle P overextends that peak and gets taken down by Namo. First smoke comes out. It's a very, very well-placed one. Just need another one to provide a little bit more support there. Namo using that smoke to come in. The second one does come out. We can see the pre-fire now coming out from the back here. Not going to be able to land the shots, and Friendly Fire have got to get in, and they've got to get in quick. This objective is very, very exposed here from the north. North's got to get some desperate shots over into the smoke, but FOU are going to be able to potentially push up here uncontested. Physics watching a very nice line of sight, but I fear that once he takes one down, they're going to know, and he may get refragged pretty quick. Camstreet, though, is coming around on the flank. The question is going to be, is he going to be able to get out in time? Exodian is anticipating some movements, though. This is a good movement by FOU. Exodian watching that. Physics does get taken down without being able to get the kill. Noctalis now moving in, gets the confirm there. Norse watching this. Exodian gets 2, gets 3. 4 gets taken down by Namo. Now, Noctalis in on the objective, very, very close to Norse. They can't quite see each other. You've got to remember, this is what they're seeing. This is all they see. The smoke's blocking sight. North, they're basically looking at each other. PGO3 gets revived. We get into a 3v2. North so close on the objective. A random green smoke. Is he? I don't even know what color that is. Airborne Syphilis, though, does get the kill onto Noctalis, but not before he takes down Norse. And Namo gets the final kill there onto Airborne Syphilis in what was a desperate, desperate play. Oh, FOU managed to close out that first map. I think that was just about going there either way there. I mean, I don't know. And what color was that smoke? Was that like white and green both mixing together there? I didn't see a green smoke get thrown. I don't know. What are your thoughts in chat? Never seen that. But nevertheless, it was a fantastic play by FOU to close out that first map, and it certainly seemed like Friendly Fire could have potentially taken that. Norse and Noctalis just so close to each other there. Even looked at each other, I'm sure, a couple times. Oh gosh. But we digress, because now we go over to Suburbia. So from the snowy peaks of Snow Peak, we now go into the suburban area of Suburbia. And if you have not played this map before, then you potentially haven't played Onward yet, which is okay. As this map is a very, very well-played map. A lot of people pick it. And it does seem like we are going to have a change in play here with Missalot now jumping in. So Friendly Fire must have some strats that Missalot can jump in on and help with. Yes, good to see you, Clintos. I'm pretty sure... have I ever actually said Clinton? I must have at some point. I apologize. But no, good to see you. Thank you for coming by. Not seeing you on the cast for a little bit, actually. So good to see that you're well. And yeah, thank you for your support. So did that map just go the way that you were anticipating watching in chat? I mean, it still could have gone either way, and Suburbia, I think, is going to probably be very, very similar, you know, and it's a very, very even map when it comes to attack and defense. No side really has too much of an advantage. I think there is the odd spawn that may play in either side's favor a little bit more. You know, you have the north objectives that do play in Volk's favor just a little bit more, but then you have the kind of playground objective, the tank objective, which does play to Molsok's advantage, where, you know, Volk have got a lot of lanes to cover and they've just got not enough ground. And we another one is the burning house objective, which is going to be the first one that we're going to see tonight. So FOU on the attack, and we've seen some great attacks by them already on Snow Peak. It's going to be good to see how they can get that together for Suburbia, as I know they do play this map quite a lot. We go over to the stats, and we can see that FriendlyFire have actually played Suburbia 16 times and won it 8, whereas FOU played it 41 times and won it 22. So both sides very even, I guess. I mean, it's still 50%-ish. FOU just having the edge in the fact that they have played it much more, but still the win ratios similar. No change in the FOU side, so we are going to still see the same players coming out for the second map. And remember, we will go into a third map at the end of this, even if FOU do take it, because we always have that third map playoff as the points count towards how much MMR you win or lose. So if a side do happen to lose a map, or well, lose the series, they can always have that third and final map to be able to recoup some points and just mitigate that MMR loss. So, the first round is upon us. FOU being given the lane 1 spawn, no pre-fire coming out, and that is a common thing on Suburbia. Usually you will have a lot of pre-fire coming out. Jimx getting a very aggressive position already in on the playground here. Cam Street with the first kill though onto Exodin, and then moves behind those Hesco boxes. Flash coming out, and Cam Street going to use that to try and move around. It does seem like it caught Jimx, who's just sitting on this corner. Cam Street doesn't spot him though, so he moves further and further up, but Jimx does spot him. Great body placement there. So we are going to go over to Jimx and see how his approach, I mean, we didn't go very far as we were already here, but we're going to see how his approach goes in there. We're hearing a lot of fire coming out from the Volk side, not landing anywhere at the moment. 4v4, and the playground sport push is starting to come to a head. FOU been taking these some of these objectives so fast tonight. We're seeing these attacks come in less than like a minute. We are down to 4 minutes 40 seconds remaining, and the attack is so close to the objective now. They're using all the utility they can. Missalot in a very good position, but that smoke going to cover her side. Norse getting the callouts. Smoke's going to distract them. They've got to keep an eye on that now. Physics T just in a position to be able to cover the playground, but it's a very tough one to be able to cover everything. You don't know if the full attack is coming in. The smoke's there covering Noctalis' side. It does get one though. Namo goes down.
It's going to playground.
Does seem like these kills, though, are putting a little bit of a halt in the FOU attack. They do rely a lot on their members kind of poking and prodding, trying to get the peaks, trying to get the shots, and we'll turn lasers on. We can see Missile Lock covering this angle, though. Noctalis doing a very similar approach as what we just saw. Missile Lock got to cover a lot here. GMX, though, pushing in on the objective. Has got Tablet out. He's in the smoke with the Tablet out. Can't quite catch the objective, though. Does get taken down by Physics, though. That's very, very close. Remember, you can cap from that corner there. That would have been a cap. Missile Lock gets the pick onto PGO3, and just like that, Friendly Fire successfully defend the objective for the first round. So, the defense is king on this one so far. I mean, there's only been one round, but if Friendly Fire can just coast on these Vault rounds and just focus on getting those defenses in, they can take the second map and then go into their map pick and pick something that they know they can attack well on, or they do have the choice of side. So they could opt to go for Volk again and let FOU decide where they go. The negative there, though, you could find yourself on Cargo, which most people would probably say is a bit more Marsol favored. So decisions, but we still have another 6 rounds potentially to play out here. It does just come down to how Friendly Fire take this. I mean, it was very close there for the cap, though. If GMX had opted to go a bit closer to the house, probably wasn't quite sure about whether the porch had a person on or not. Norse was obviously there originally, so maybe that's why he didn't go for that. But you can get the cap from behind the sandbags there, or at least you used to be able to. Unless they move the objective. I guess, again, answers in chat. So it does seem like the second round there has already started. Hearing lots of gunfire and bits of plays coming out here, and very similar attack going to come out from Friendly Fire is what we saw from FOU, but they are opting to send at least a couple down lane 1. So this objective does favor the side that can split the defense trade there coming out between PGO3 and Perzel. M203 smoke and a normal smoke. Another smoke now coming out. Good placement of the M203. Completely cuts out Exodian's view from Spawnhouse. Cam Street with a nice kill onto Noctalis. Namo now trying to come around, gets a frag grenade out. Not cooked it quite long enough. Norse good using this to be able to get behind the sandbags, but not quite quick enough. Namo takes him down. GMX takes down Missile Lock over by mid-house. Physics T now pushing around by Spawnhouse. Exodian spots Cam Street moving around in playground though and takes him down. GMX spots this movement. Smokes are covering the line of sight here. Physics going to come into his line of sight very shortly though. Does happen, and FOU successfully defend the objective themselves, giving themselves their first point for map number 2. Very, very, very fast round there. 4 minutes 14 remaining on the clock. So the objective has now changed. We have played the 2 rounds on the Burning House objective, and we move over to the red car objective over on the north. Remember, there is a 6-minute delay also on these, so any chat I will pick up in 6 minutes. Welcome back to See You Taste Under. Thank you for dropping by. I think the Suburbia, or even just the game in general, really is going the way that we probably kind of anticipated. I know I said it at the start, I was expecting a kind of close game, really, and, you know, these sides are not disappointing. Question's going to be, though, how are FOU going to attack this objective? Like I said at the start of this map, these north objectives generally are a bit more Volk favored, I guess. It depends, really. I mean, yeah. I guess it depends on you as an attacker, maybe. I just personally prefer to go for the spawn house, for the tank, mid-house, maybe. Those kind of areas. These approaches are so tough. And no pre-fire coming out from FriendlyFire again. We haven't seen any pre-fire yet on this object, or well, on this map, should I say. And C4 has been placed. Didn't quite see. There it is, just in the grass there. Possibly could be spotted. We shall see. M203 smoke coming out. Going to use it for this lane 1 approach here. PGO3, GMX, and Exodin all going to push around here. We are seeing Noctalis also. FOU really liking these heavy pushes and heavy smoke pushes. North Good got to defend against 4 attackers. Oh, manages to take down Noctalis there, gets a sliver of sight. Exodin no pushes round there, and also GMX does, but Cam Street very quickly gets the refrag there. PGO3 also gets a refrag himself from lane 2. Namo and PGO3 working very well together to cover that angle. Physics got to watch this lane now. GMX has made the push, and this is where it becomes much more difficult. Personal P, though, does down Namo. Physics very nicely takes down PGO3 while simultaneously confirming Namo. He is very exposed. GMX spotting a little bit of movement, maybe opting to not go for the kill there. Not quite sure, but Pizzle P watching the north gets the pick. Oh, there was a smoke there just blocking his line of sight. So, yes, FriendlyFire defend the objective yet again very well for round number 3. So FriendlyFire all riding out these Volt rounds at the moment. But potentially, though, see them come out for an attack here in an astonishing fashion and get the win also. The cap on this objective, I think it's hard to say which one is actually the easiest one to to attack, should I say. Lost my train of thought there. Yeah, you've got the one by the grey car that can be somewhat easier to attack, should I say? You know, lots of smoke. There's a good amount of cover, but I don't know. I just think the cap, possibly from the south of the objective here, it just feels a little bit easier when you've got the smokes. I don't know. Maybe it's like the positioning of Volk on this one, or I don't know. It just, for me anyway, always feels a little bit easier. But you do also have the lane 1 objective. That one's nasty, really. GMX very nicely takes down one. Very, very aggressive push here. Works very well in his favor. Bizzle P now got to watch and wait, and he's had an effect, and this attack has just stopped dead. You know he's there, and they've got to work against him, and they've got to try to take him down. GMX trying to... North, should I say, trying to get some shots over onto Jim. Seems like he's got a bit of a slitherous sight onto Norse. He takes a shot there. Maybe Namo also, possibly. I think it was Jim, though. But he stands up and gets taken down by Norse, who was watching that lane like a hawk. So, a 4v4 now. PGO3 watching for the lane. Noctaliso pushing in. He could get a couple here. Does take one. Decides to stop, and it's probably the best movement there. Now pushes around. Could take one out. Country just peaks at the wrong time, and then there's the trade.
Okay, lane one. Yeah, we do that.
Such a fast Suburbia play at the moment.
Let's go.
Besides attacking in less than a minute, basically, and when we're seeing these players go down very fast. Smoke's now coming out. There should be a lot of equipment really available, as there hasn't been a lot thrown out. That smoke, very well placed, will be able to cover Norse's sights and any movements that he decides to make, as Friendly Fire are down to 2. It seems like they have opted to switch to Norwegian now. Very nice pick by Norse there. Spots Exoding out in the open. Gets a little bit antsy. That's how these defenses have to go. Missilot also gets a pick onto Namo herself. PGO3 though takes down Norse. It all comes down to Missilot versus PGO3. Just like that, all does go quiet on that western front. Great play by Friendly Fire to be able to get to this position. Like I was saying, these defense, well, these northern defenses are Volt favored. Takes some very aggressive play. So PGO3 just got to hold out at the moment. Missilot can't quite find an angle onto him. Probably in the best position you're going to be in as the last defender on this objective. Got to cover as many angles as you can. Can watch for the north. Can watch for lane 1 approach. But he's obviously hearing Missilot. Trans pushes in. Can't quite get the well. PJ3 was the first one to get the kill. It did come to a trade, and French Onward Union will even things out. 2-2-2. So what started off with a fast play comes down to that final minute or so. These teams just trying to find that opening and that gap to be able to take that Molsot win. And now with both sides on 2 points, the cap could close us out. If FOU can get a cap on their attack, then they will take the series. Whereas if Friendly Fire on the next one could get the cap, then they'll obviously take map number 2, and then we will go into that deciding map number 3. But I'm going to call it here. I personally feel like this may come down to a round number 7 decider, and they're always fun, they are. The pressure's on, especially when you're in that tent and you know it's 3-3. You're on that second map. The first one, it's never really 2. It's not as bad. It's still there's still a lot of pressure, but it's not as bad as that there at map number 2, 3-3 decider. So let us see how these guys go. And these rounds deliberating between have been going longer and longer as the rounds are going, and I think that does just also show that pressure that these sides are feeling. The kill feed, they're very, very even. Exoding on 2, Noctalis with 2, Namo with a kill, Jim X 78 with a 4, PGO3 with 4, Cam Street with 4, Perzel with 2, Norse with 4, Physics T with 3, and Missalot also with 3. So very, very even sides. And like when we were looking through that match page for this map, it was even on there, and it certainly shows how even these sides are. That just neither can make that push. And we do go over to the gray car objective, and again, this one you're gonna get that kind of little bit of aggression from Volk. We can see Perzel and Norse both opting to push up around lane 1 area. The first kill does come down to Norse, though, who successfully takes down Exodin. It's going to be a pretty important pick there. Nade trying to land there on the Perzel piece spot. Not going to. Norse good also finds PGO3 moving around behind the center house. Jimex hearing all these gunshots should be able to identify his position if he has a nade left. I think he was the one, though, who threw to Perzel. So it's going to take a little bit of play here to be able to take down Norse, as Perzel is watching his back pretty well there. Flash comes out, but it's not going to blind Perzel, who tries to get the peep, but just couldn't quite get it. Cam Street is moving around on lane 4, though, coming in for a flank. There's the first one. Can't quite click onto him. Keeps going to Missalot. There it is. The flank is king on this map. Cam Street successfully takes down 2 or 3 there. Perzel gets a kill, and Norse also getting 2 kills. Does happen to take the round, so Friendly Fire going to take the lead here and move on to their attack round. Let's say very, very close, these sides. It's coming down to these bolt rounds, but Friendly Fire now just need to try and work out how they can push through and get this objective. They had a great play for the last attack they did. They managed to get, I think at one point they had, no, I think defenders were still more, but it still came down to that 1v1, so I anticipate something very, very similar coming out here now. So the countdown is going now as we go into round number 6. French Onward Union on the defense and Friendly Fire. Gotta try and close this out now.
Oh shit, I dropped it. Alright, let's go. We go with the other two, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I saw something suspicious around lane 2.
It's a lot there, spotting what she thinks is movement, but it may have been PGO3 just quick peeking that corner, but I'm not quite sure. Friendly Fire opting to try and push over on lane 1. Again, very bunched up. One nade or a C4 certainly would take this team out. Very nice smoke placement there. Physics does take down Exoding. Very nicely done. PGO3 though with the M203. Just pre-firing through the smoke. Does get one and manages to down another one. And then finishes off Physics as he's standing up. Cam Street now pushing around on lane 4 all alone. But he is back on the objective now. Puzzle P and Missalot got to push from lane 3. PGO3 tries to go in for the flank there, but gets punished by Perzel. GMX on a flank of his own, takes down Missalot. Gets the confirm, and we come down to a 2v3, but let's not forget Cam Street is all the way over on the north.
C'est moi, donc me tue pas. J'ai fait une rotation. Ça leur fera perdre du temps. J'en ai eu un, c'est tout.
Cam Street there, spots Namo. We come down to the 2v2. Does seem like they must have had a trade or something somewhere, as they're not quite sure on the kill count. They're working to 3 defenders. Did call it, you know, that last attack they did was fantastic, and this attack here, brilliant. Puzzle P and Cam Street just working together, the defense mostly around on the south side, so Cam Street going to have a lot of free ground here to be able to move around the objective and get into a position to be able to take down Noctalis, and Jim X is very far away. If Cam can tuck in behind the car, he won't have the time to rotate in and get that and defend from the cap. We can see Puzzle P now making his movement, has got past Jim X, still on his flank. Pre-fire coming out, alerts Noctalis to this intended approach. GMX gets taken down by Puzzle P, and it does come down to Noctalis now defending the objective from beneath the lane 1 porch. Does get the trade, and Friendly Fire managed to take map number 2, and we go into that 3rd map decider. Well, now that is a turn of events. Friendly Fire picks Snow Peak. French Onward Union win 4-2. French Onward Union picks Suburbia, and they lose 4-2. Now we move back over to the big maps as we go over to Downfall. Now this is a pick. You got. Now I think I mentioned it way at the start of map number 1. These big maps, Downfall is it's a tough one to pick. It's a very, very tough one to pick indeed, as you've got to be so confident at least in one attack and pray to all of Dante, Mr. Death, pray to everyone you know that you get that objective. Well, thank you all for stopping and watching this cast to its fulfillment. It's been a long battle to say the least, between these sides. And like I said, we anticipated an even match between these teams, and we got just that. It's been a brilliant game. Both sides had some fantastic plays. The plays by FOU on Snow Peak were fantastic, and then we've just seen two brilliant attacks by Friendly Fire. And I'm just really interested to see how Downfall now changes things up. This is Friendly Fire's pick. So like I say, they must have that play, or they're just super confident with their attack on this. But we will see, as it does seem like potentially FOU are going to have a bit of a change in roster now. The first objective is going to be the Heli Bungalow. So I am currently getting word that we are going to go into a very quick timeout. We will be bringing you the action here very, very shortly. Please do not go anywhere. Alrighty-o! Welcome back, everyone. Sorry for that very, very short delay there. We possibly had a little bit of a technical difficulty for FOU, but they are now back to 5. Same team, same roster, everyone all warmed up and ready to go. Friendly Fire on the attack. Like I said, this is their map pick. And this objective right here is very different for one reason, and there's another one that's the same on this, but Volk actually have different spawns themselves for this objective, so you either start really close or you start really far away, and FOU did start pretty far away there. And Downfall, it's one of those maps where you've got to use as much time as you realistically can and get those picks. We can see the lasers just trained on windows, trying to see what they can see. It's a very, very interesting map pick for any side, really. Like I said earlier, it's one of those where you've got to be so reliant on an attack working, or you're just a general attack planning and how attacks go on this map. See the laser trained in on dumpster building there by Exodin. Norse not going to be able to push here without getting shot, unfortunately. So he needs that teamwork. He needs that cohesion from the rest of Friendly Fire to be able to help him make that movement.
Okay, ready, set, cross.
That's the call. Getting the pre-fire. He manages to get the picks onto Exodin. Take him down. What a shot right there. So maybe this is why Friendly Fire did pick this map. They're systematically working together, getting the picks that are needed, but Noctalis in a very, very off-the-cuff spot. Great play. Manages to take down Norse and Perzel. So, and what was a brilliant push there, gets shut down by fantastic placement over in the back hills. Missile are kind of stuck at this point. We can see on the map the kind of spread here. Friendly Fire opting to use the upper and lower red truck, take the far north, take the center, and just surround around the objective.
Droite, mais on s'en fout, il a bougé là.
Talis with a great cover here behind this rock, going to be able to cover the objective pretty well. GMX spots Physics moving over on the north and takes him down.
Je crois avoir entendu des bruits de pas vers contrebas.
This is most definitely going to be a very tough push for two attackers.
J'ai dit je crois.
FOU's positioning very, very strong at the moment. They have this objective pretty much locked down. We got Noctalis all the way at the back with the sniper, getting those kills, watching and waiting really. Missalot, though, manages to take down Center Hotel and secure this position. And that is definitely going to be a crucial pick. Mid-hotel for this objective. So
where you said
powerful.
you
You're going to be able to get the lines of sight over onto the bungalow. PGO3, we can see moving around there at the back. Will potentially expose himself to mid-hotel. Missalot could find herself another pick here. Just trying to spot Noctalis, and he's tucked away very far. PGO3, though, was watching in mid-hotel, able to get the down onto Missalot, so the revive not going to be coming out there, and Jimx spots Cam Street moving around and takes him down as the beep did go out with 26 seconds remaining. French Onward Union successfully defend the objective once more. Yep, does seem like we didn't get the update to downfall, so there it is now showing on your screens. As French Onward Union took that first point, and FriendlyFire now go on the defense. We will see what spawns these sides get, as the Marsoc certainly have a chance early on to shut down any early advances onto the objective, and potentially further as well. It just depends how much they have practiced those lines of sight and those angles to be able to get those early picks. It's a very, very strong ability to have for this map, and on quarantine as well. You know, when you're catching people early on from your spawn and just getting the defense whittled down very early, it certainly helps a heck of a lot. So we'll just see how this goes as we are waiting currently on these sides to finish deliberating for this round, and is only going to be round number 2, but it is map number 3. And if you have only just joined us, you have missed a fantastic game up to this point. French Onward Union did take map number 1 4-2, but FriendlyFire brought back map number 2 to 4-2. So these sides, even at the moment, with French Onward Union technically 1 point ahead. So let us see for round number 2 how French Onward Union will attack this objective. Both sides getting the north part of the map. You can see French Onward Union making that push to try and get the picks as Volker moving. This is the kind of spawn you would want to be able to see them, and doesn't look like FOU are going to be able to do that. The drone is coming out now, so Jimx going to try and identify the position, and we see FOU bunched up again. They do like these kind of grouped up plays. Noctalis all alone, just trying to see what he can see. Into mid-hotel, he has got the 12x, so he should have a good line of sight onto the majority of windows to be able to see any movement at all. We can hear Jimx there calling out enemy positions. PGO3, I imagine, calling this out back on the radio to his team. Quick look on the map, and we can see the majority of the push coming in from the north onto the objective, with the south kind of bringing up the rear, maybe just to see who they can actually see pushing around and get the picks on the as they move on to the objective.
Ouest 3, normalement personne.
Non, non, mais attends.
Je commence à avancer, Jim.
C'est de la merde, le drone là-dedans.
So downfall all about that setup phase. 2 minutes nearly gone here, and I don't think there has been a gunshot fired yet. So taking a quick look at the defense here, we can see Cam Street and Missile both opting to take the basement of North HQ. Very interesting placement, really. Kind of just waiting up until FOU make it to the objective. No one other than Norse really in a position to make those long-range peaks. I mean, Cam Street could potentially get taken down by the south, but for the most part, this team are very, very, very tucked in. And the question you've got to ask yourself, is this what you want to allow FOU to do? Move in on the objective very close and get those smokes on there. We can see Exodin coming in on the West Street now. His attack very slowly coming in. Once he starts getting those picks, the movements have to be made, and the rest of FOU are going to be in a position to be able to spot them as they're getting closer and closer to that objective. Those gunshots of the map ring out. Namo does spot physics over in the mid-hotel there. Can't quite land those shots though, but does get the call out. Jimx and PGO3 both pushing in on the objective here. They have got to deal with Missile though. We can see that laser now come through the window. Going to be watching and waiting. A very nice flash comes out. Possibly caught Jimx there. And PGO3. That's going to delay this attack by a further few seconds. They've got to set themselves back up again. Norse watching this angle like a hawk yet again. It's been a bit of a thorn in the side for FOU tonight. 1 minute 13 now remaining on the clock. Got to get these picks, and they've got to get them now. Exodino on the west did get the pick like I predicted. And that is the objective, pretty much open and exposed on the west. You've got to rely a lot on the western, on the mid-hotel push. Missalot does get the shots onto Jimx, takes him down, successfully defending that push. Namo, though, he is that movement and the gunshots, does know that Missalot is in there, but thinks they're possibly up in the top. Cam Street gets the pick onto Exodin onto the West Street. Oh, Pizzle goes down to a fantastic shot by Namo in mid-hotel, and the trade now comes out, and oh, Noctalis is moving very slyly. If he can make it past Missalot here, 50 seconds now remain. FOU using a lot of the time up, trying to get the picks. It does come down to this single defender now, taking on two attackers. Cam Street pushing around, trying to get Cam Street, trying to get PGO3, can't quite get his gun up, does get taken down. Noctalis now got to take him out. Makes a desperate push to the objective and gets taken down by Cam Street, who now gives Friendly Fire their first point for map number 3. Oh, the back and forth there, it was going either way. Noctalis could have had a very good push on the objective there, whilst Cam Street was dealing with PGO3. Now, Onward timing comes in, and Cam Street makes it round the tower just in time to spot Noctalis making his push, and like that, like I say, Friendly Fire do get their first point for map number 3. It's great to see these sides both just really trying to get those Marshall wins, and what you anticipate would be kind of Volt dominated. So far, both these rounds have been, I think, more probably Marsoc dominated, really. They're, you know, both sides just doing ever so well to just pick apart the defense and identify the positions and get those picks. Round number 3 is now coming at you. We have the stables objective, South Spawn. Seems like Missalot potentially flying around on the drone now. And FriendlyFire not going to use the quick spawn, as we're going to see a couple members taking that western approach. Exodin and Norse having a bit of a battle there. The trade does come out, but Norse only down. Exodin is dead. The revive will be able to come out, but we will see Noctalis there all the way in the east. Very, very long range position. Takes down the drone, but does give himself away. Cam Street putting some fire down onto him. Not quite able to land that, and gives away his position now.
Je vois rien ici.
It is going to be a tough push from the South Valley. Noctalis got this area on lockdown, and a deadly sniper is worth a lot on this map. Two minutes now about to go by, and we've only seen one kill so far from FriendlyFire. The stables objective certainly can be capable. We see Pizzle P making his way over in the north there, about to get around onto the objective, and that's definitely what you got to be doing as Marsa. You got to split that defense, make them cover more angles than what they can possibly handle, and then just pick them apart when they're not looking, basically. Jimx, though, got a very nice long-range sight there onto Marsoc, able to help defend all the way from the north, and but he gives away his position and distracts him from Physics, who is very, very slowly moving in also. Jimx finding Norse near Marsoc. Very nice long-range shot, like I said. Missalot going to be the one to try and take down Noctalis. Not quite able to spot him, though. He's tucked away just too well.
Il y en a qui sortent de pick-up, j'en ai blessé un.
Namo downing Pizzle P there in the northeast, whilst Noctalis takes out Cam Street over in the South Valley. As FriendlyFire are moving in, this defense just too strong at the moment. Physics T now on his approach over into the tower there. Does have a battle with Jim X, but gets taken down, and FriendlyFire now down to their sole attacker, Missalot, who has to try and work her way through 3 defenders.
So where do we know where they are? One on Sniper Hill and... Can you see him? I'm kind of stuck.
La pression pour qu'on gagne un peu de temps. Négatif, il reste plus de temps, c'est bon, t'inquiète. On est 2 en vie et ça va le faire.
The beep about to come out, signifying that 30 seconds remaining. Missile going to have to push in. It's going to be a very, very tough push. Ammo in a very, very strong position. GMX also just watching that objective.
Objectif, rien à foutre.
Still got Noctalis in the back also. Does seem to have a line of sight onto Missile. Can't quite land those shots. 4 gunshots come out. GMX does get the shots himself though. Takes down Missile on her approach to the objective. And French Onward Union will take their second point for map number 3. So it's come down to these battles of Volk. It's not where Friendly Fire really want to be at this point. They need to push through to get that Mossot win. They were close in their first attack, so let us see how, I guess, they do it on this second attack. Does seem like the game has crashed very quickly, so once I jump back into the lobby, I will move us over into a very, very short intermission and bring the action back to you as soon as I can. So, many apologies sir, we missed about 30 seconds around there, but we are straight back into it, and it is the same Stables objective. French Onward Union on the attack, North scored over in the Mossok White Tower. Again, we're seeing a very heavy push by FOU. They push all their people pretty much the same direction, and with a slight variation it seems, and it's been working so well for them tonight. They've been able to just kind of overwhelm Friendly Fire in many situations, but then also I think Friendly Fire have been able to kind of lock them down into certain angles as well, because he missed a lot, making a movement here very far off the objective, but it could play well into her favor.
Are you in the Marshall Tower?
Friendly Fire really need to watch themselves here if FOU do overwhelm the defense on the approach. They could find themselves getting the cap, but Missalot getting a nice pick onto Exodian there, only down, so GMX going to be able to go for that revive here. PGO3 should I say. Very nice nade coming out there, going to confirm Exodian. What a nade! Let us see that beauty in action. Physics down in Noctalis. The majority of the FOU side here using the either the 4X or the 2X. Noctalis revive potentially not on the table here, as Physics watching his body really well and not allowing any approach onto it. So he's going to be able to get the call outs, but he is, for all intents and purposes, in the moment out of the game.
I'm just confirming my guy.
There was no need, Missalot, as you confirmed him with a fantastic nade. Good long-range throw. PGO3 able to push past Norse and miss a lot there without being seen. Like I say, Physics T has got this lane purely covered at the moment. French Onward Union really need the backup. Namo trying to see what he can see. Not going to spot Norse yet, as he is sitting tight on that defense. M203 smoke to cover his vision. So Namo now moving around. Could possibly get a line of sight onto Physics, who's very, very exposed. Revive did come out, but Noctalis gets finished off by Physics. Norse Good peeks from the White Tower, does take down Jim X. More smokes now coming out. PGO3 got to try and battle with Missalot over there. Norse Good trying to get the shots also whilst confirming. Lots of smokes now coming out, but this defense not shaken at the moment. PGO3 moving over into the North Morsock Tower. Namo moving around, trying to see what he can see. Very, very exposed at the moment. Could find himself getting taken down by Norse, who's exposing himself, and he does. So it comes down to PGO3 having to attack now on the all alone. Ooh, narrowly avoids getting taken down by Norse there. 30 seconds remaining. The beep's going to go, and he is locked into this building. There is the only way out is going to be by taking down people if he can. Norse Good now going for the push, knowing that he's only got about 20 seconds remaining. If he can just deter PGO3 from making a push, he will be able to successfully save themselves, and Norse manages to get a kill there with a Makarov. I will replay it. Good push, one-handed, just runs in, takes down PGO3 before he can react. Again, back to that even score. FriendlyFire got to try and push through now. They are 2 points to 2 points. That cap will close this out and give them the win that they want. FOU certainly going to be looking to stop that from happening. The objective is going to move over to the upper dumpster building. And this objective, probably one of the more difficult ones, I would say, for Volk to defend. It requires such tight positioning whilst also trying to get some long-range peeks over into angles. But we won't have too long to wait, as we are going to now go into round number 5. Friendly Fire on the attack. Scores are even. It's like 10 points to 10 points, something like that, or 8 points to 8 points. And the null spawn for Friendly Fire will mean they can potentially shut down the Volk push here. Let's not forget Noctalis is going to be laying down somewhere with a sniper, watching and waiting to see if we can get picks onto Physics, getting some retaliation fire there. Not going to land onto anyone though. As Cam Street now makes his way along the West Street. Very nice shot onto Noctalis, taking down the sniper, and with a P90 nonetheless. Very nice pick. The pick certainly going to open things up just a little bit for Friendly Fire. BGO3 getting spotted out there, but he's in a very, very powerful position. Going to be able to stop this approach coming in from the northeast. Physics manages to down Exodin though. All PGO3 has to do is just kind of hold this angle. Doesn't need to peek this window really too much. Exodin getting revived by Namo. But he does get the peak. Pizzle will take down PGO3, but not before he takes down Missalot. French Onward Union now down to 3 defenders versus 4 attackers. Certainly seen why Friendly Fire have picked this map. We certainly know how to take out defenders sitting in the objective. GMX spotting Cam Street though on the west. Will defend that angle there. It seemed like Namo may have been shot at some point, possibly. As the syringe did come out there. Physics moving along the West Street very, very slowly. This is where, in my opinion, that South Valley, having a person kind of sitting there to be able to cover, it's very, very good position. You know, they can see anyone moving along here, really. Exodin spotting Norsegood though over by Marsok. That rush not going to a plan. Well, going to his plan. The French Onward Union now have the advantage by a player. Namo sitting on the outside of the objective though, exposing himself to Physics. Perzel also making his approach from the South Valley. Got to get in uniform with Physics to be able to get the picks here. 2 minutes remaining on the clock. Seems like there's a little bit of utility there available. Nice smoke if Perzel decides to take it. 2 minutes has just come by.
Le gars qui est mort, il était petite maison 2. Il est mort.
Does seem like Physics is going to try and take the slow and sneaky route. See if he can take out what defenders he can. Does need Perzel all the way in the northeast there, southeast should I say, to be able to provide a little bit of backup. Ooh, Perzel P does manage to find Exoding, evens things out, and now we're down to 2 defenders versus 2 attackers, gives away his position. Namo on the outside though, trying to see if he can spot Perzel. Smoke's now coming out. Namo gonna expose himself, does do it at the right time to take down Perzel. Physics not in a position to be able to get the refrag there though. Jimex hearing all this movement, just trying to get the pick. Can't quite land it. Physics gives away his position. Namo now peeks and oh, can't quite get the shot, does get the shot, and French Onward Union will take their 3rd point for map number 3. It's just comes down to that final play, and French Onward Union just managing to hold down the objective very, very well. These attacks coming in from FriendlyFire are fantastic. You know, they're so well coordinated, and they're working systematically to get to the objective. Both sides getting many, many picks here. It's fantastic to see, because you usually don't see this on Downfall. Normally it's just Bulk basically getting the kills and then rotate, but there is back and forth on this map with Marsok getting so many picks. So let us see how French Onward Union now decide to attack this objective. FriendlyFire on the defense, and FOU being given that quick spawn. PGO3 with a pick onto Physics whilst he gets Jimex, but Jimex is only down, so the revive is going to be able to come out. Noctalis now pushing here on the West Street. Ham Street trying to get the shots, can't quite land them. Nice M203 smoke blocking his line of sight. Norse on the back on the South Valley is in that powerful position, able to take out one. Perzel P also able to take out one. Norse going down to Noctalis now. Jimex on the approach. Smokes are coming out. Cam Street can't see anything. Could potentially go down. The Molotov! It's the Molotov! What was that? I'm saving that play. Oh my days. You have made my night, Cam. Oh, missile lock goes down to Noctalis, who now pushing in. The smokes are good. Push has got to come in. Noctalis and Cam meters apart. What? The cap's coming out. Perzel's not rotating. French Onward Union with a very, very fast cap managed to take that final map. 5-2-2. Someone clip that last bit because I've got this play. I just want to show this. Jimex pushes in and Cam Street What a Molotov! I don't even know if he knew that was happening. You need to slow it down. It's as though he was just going around the corner at that time, throwing the Molotov, and just onward timing strikes. Just wow, what a game between these two sides. So, yeah, and Noctalis there, able to close things out with a cap. Just fantastic play. It's wow. Yeah, you know, both sides have really bought their A game today, and commiserations to FriendlyFire as they were looking so strong. They were getting ever so close to those attacks, and just some fast plays there, some very quick movements, and unfortunately for them, the caps will come out. But I have been your caster today, Jamie, and it's been a fantastic game, like I say, to bring to you. I will be bringing you another game on Sunday as we see Schultz take on... I don't remember who it was now. How about Bad Company? Bad Company. So, Bad Company and Schultz, new team to the EU this past couple of weeks. So, yeah, going to be interesting to see how they go. And if you are watching this and you are not part of the Onward VRML side yet, and you are looking to get on a team, then I advise you join the Discord. Nightboss has definitely been posting those Discord links, as you will certainly be able to find a team in your range with your capabilities, looking for people. You know, there is teams always looking for people. So if you're wanting to get into the play and extend your Onward experience, then I advise you look that up. But thank you all for watching, and thank you to all our sponsors, as they are what make this make the prizes at the end of the season. And so yeah, so thank you again for watching. I have been your host, and I will catch you very soon.